Ah, Mars, the red planet, and our potential new home. Well, Mars isn't as hospitable as it sounds. It's really inhospitable. It might be a balmy 20 degrees Celsius during the day, but at night, the temperatures can drop to minus 153 degrees Celsius.
Okay, if you don't know what minus 153 degrees Celsius is, it's intensely cold. It's like minus 243 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the type of temperature that will give you frostbite in seconds. In minutes, you'll die from hypothermia. Seriously, guys, learn the metric system. Also, we do the conversion for you in the closed captions.
And if you think Uranus smells bad, well, that's because you haven't been to Mars yet. Yeah, the red planet smells like rust and gunpowder.
But when I wear my helmet, all I smell is me, and I smell pretty good. Most of the time.
Well, you wouldn't be able to breathe on Mars anyway. The planet barely has any atmosphere. Most of it is carbon dioxide with only trace amounts of oxygen. Luckily, this time we aren't sending you to Mars. We've decided to sacrifice Chase for this mission.
What did you mean by sacrifice?
I mean send. We sent Chase up to set up a base on Mars and report back. Hey, he made it! Welcome to the Red Planet.
Kinda nothing here, huh? I thought there'd be more stuff, you know, Rico? Any ideas?
I detect no breathable air, high levels of radiation exposure, low pressure and frequent dust storms. If you want to survive on Mars, you must build a habitat.
Great idea. How long will that take?
With the materials you transported aboard the Starship, I calculate it will take about 3 months to assemble a simple base.
That's not so bad. I better get moving.
Now, building a habitat on Mars wouldn't be so simple. It's got to be airtight and insulated to protect Chase from radiation and Martian dust storms. It also needs to have a sustainable life support system to manage air, water, and waste. And, of course, Chase will need to get power from solar panels.
You don't want to know where I get my drinkable water from. But I'll tell you anyways. I could extract water from the Martian soil or atmosphere, but it's so much work. Instead, I recycle water from things like sweat and pee. I just try not to think about it.
The sensors are picking up a micrometeorite headed straight for the base. Potential hazard detected.
Don't sweat it, Rico. We got enough water. Base is fine. I built it myself. Here, let me give you a tour of my crib.
Before we explore the house that Chase built on the Red Planet, I want to tell you about an even more impressive house being built on Earth, the House of Doge. Dogecoin started as internet culture, but today it's one of the largest blockchains in the world. After Bitcoin, Dogecoin is the second largest proof-of-work blockchain. A proof of work is the original system cryptocurrencies use to stay secure and keep running. You can think of it like a giant global competition of math puzzles, which makes the blockchain accurate and trustworthy because cheating is nearly impossible. And now, House of Doge, NASDAQ TBH, is pushing it to the next level, turning Dogecoin from a cultural icon into a truly global financial system. They're working across 5 key pillars: payments, partnerships, venture funding, real-world asset tokenization, and one of the most impressive pieces, the official Dogecoin treasury. Listed on the New York Stock Exchange as CleanCore, NYSE zone, the treasury now holds over 600 million Doge. They're working with companies like Robinhood to set up systems that let their Dogecoin stash earn money while it's being held. Instead of just sitting there, the coins are actually doing something, kind of like your savings account collecting interest. House of Doge is developing a system called the Fractal Engine. With it, you could own fractions of expensive items, like a piece of fine art, real estate, or even a luxury car, all represented by digital tokens stored securely on the Dogecoin blockchain. These tokens act like proof of your share of the asset, similar to a digital certificate. Think of it as buying a slice of an asset instead of the whole thing, making once exclusive investments accessible to millions of everyday people. House of Doge is the engine pushing Doge into the mainstream. They're building real systems, from payments you can actually use to cultural partnerships that keep Dogecoin at the heart of global conversations. And with CleanCore's Zone, all that progress is captured, making sure the upside of this new era is shared. Are you ready to be part of the future? Well, click on the link in the description or scan the QR code to learn more about House of Doge and their partnerships, plus the official Dogecoin treasury. Okay, let's get back to Chase's crib. He's probably been waiting for us to start the tour.
Welcome to the fanciest pad on the planet. Over here is where I sleep. And over here is where I eat. And over there is a window. And this is my luxury first aid corner, in case I get hit by like a dust storm. Those babies travel at like 100 km/h. They could easily slice through my spacesuit. Oh, you gotta see my Michelin star greenhouse. It's 5 stars because it's rated out of this world. It's my favorite place in the base. Only thing is, I had to build it unattached to my main living quarters because Rico forgot to include a tunnel in the first base plan. So now every time I gotta go check on my plants, I have to go outside. It's exhausting. That's why I don't bother to take off my helmet when I pop into my habitat. I'm all about efficiency. Plus, it's a lot to animate, actually. Check out these potatoes. They look pretty good. Take that, Matt Damon.
Micrometeorite is approaching the base. I calculate the chance of it striking the habitat as 87.42%.
Rico, silencio, por favor. I'm recording a YouTube video, my friend. Come on, and what did I tell you? Round the numbers. Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah, potatoes. It takes a lot of work to grow anything on Mars. Taters aren't my first choice. I'd grow burgers if I could, but we work with what we got. I keep my greenhouse nice and pressurized and at a comfy temperature of 16 degrees Celsius. And for those of you who hated the recycled pea stuff, you're gonna love this next part because as a fertilizer for the Martian soil, I use a super special ingredient, my poo. Not because I'm a sicko, but because Martian soil is literally garbage, figuratively speaking. It smells pretty bad in here. Ugh, but at least it doesn't smell as bad as Uranus.
Danger. Micrometeoroid has breached the habitat. You must go there immediately.
What? Ah, damn meteoroid. Sorry guys, I gotta go check this out.
Your helmet has sustained minor damage.
This is my favorite helmet. Rico, do I have a spare somewhere?
You have an extra helmet, but I have bad news.
Uh-huh. What? What now?
The extra helmet is back at the habitat.
Of course. Of course it is. Are you kidding me? 3 months on Mars! And I just finally start getting this thing working and Mars has to ruin everything! Well, at least I have tape around here somewhere. Be back in a minute. Here, this should work. Rico, how's that storm looking?
Not good. A dust storm of this type, it can last for days.
Oh, great. That leaves me no choice. If I don't make it back in time, I'll lose everything and die. And I can't die now. I just finished building this sweet, sweet bachelor pad.
It's only a 5-second walk for you to reach your living quarters.
Okay, come on. It's only 5 seconds. You can do this, Chase. You can do this. Get your head in the game, boy. This helmet is useless. I'll go without it. 5 seconds to get back home. I can handle a little bit of frostbite.
I highly advise you don't do this.
Okay, well, if I don't make it, I'll see you guys on my next adventure. Chase out.
Looks like the atmospheric pressure killed him before the frostbite could. Didn't I say going out there without a helmet was a bad idea? Yeah, don't try this on your own. And don't worry, Chase will be fine. It's kind of his thing. He dies. A lot. But he always returns for another adventure. Mercury is a strange, hot mess of a planet. This rock is the closest one to the sun, but its surface temperatures can plummet to as low as minus 180 degrees Celsius. It has the strangest sunrises and sunsets in the entire solar system, and one day on this planet lasts about 2 years. But you don't have to survive a whole day down there. We're sending our team member Chase on a mission to spend just 5 seconds on Mercury.
Huh. Mercury doesn't sound so bad. I just don't get why it's so cold. It should be flaming hot.
Detecting extreme temperature fluctuations.
Yeah, Mercury is hot and cold at the same time. That's because instead of a proper atmosphere, Mercury has an exosphere. And this exosphere is almost as thin as the vacuum of space. It doesn't contain enough molecules to transfer heat around the planet, and that means surface temperatures go from one extreme to the other. During the day, the surface is blasted by intense sunlight, and that results in severe heat, like 430 degrees Celsius. Then at night, all that heat gets lost in space, and the temperatures drop to minus 180 degrees Celsius.
Well, at least there's no dust storms on Mercury.
Sure, there's no weather and no climate on this planet, but there are plenty of things that can kill you. Extreme heat, intense cold, lack of breathable air, severe solar radiation, and if anything goes wrong with your spacesuit, you'll be toast.
Toast or popsicle, depending on where I land. You know what? I've died way too many times to go out there without prep. Rico, fire up the simulatoratron.
X-29 Sim on standby.
Simulatoratron. Fine. Run the thing. Find me the safest place to land, please, Rico. Chop chop.
Yeah, finding a perfect landing spot on Mercury won't be easy. Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system, even smaller than Saturn's moon Titan. And its terrain is just as bumpy as its temperature fluctuations. It has so many craters, cliffs, and ridges that finding a flat surface to land on will be a big if. Then, of course, there's the lack of atmosphere, which makes landing even bumpier. Without air resistance, your spaceship will be approaching the surface at a very high speed. So if you're not interested in crashing, you'll need a spaceship with a powerful propulsion system to slow you down during descent. And Mercury's proximity to the sun complicates things even more. That's because the sun's enormous gravity causes this planet to orbit the star on an elliptical path. That means that sometimes Mercury is closer to the sun and other times it's further away. So landing on Mercury would be like trying to hit a moving target while being pulled strongly by the sun, all the while trying to manage your speed in a place where you can't just parachute down. Yeah, it's hard. If you managed to drop down onto Mercury during its daytime, it would feel like you landed in an oven. The sun on this side of the planet is so incredibly intense that it will roast you alive. And Mercury's daytime lasts a long time. To be specific, one solar day on this planet goes for 176 Earth days. Weirdly, that's twice as long as 1 year on Mercury, as it only takes 88 Earth days to revolve around the sun. Of course, there's no way you'd last a full Mercury day. You'd cook within minutes. Now, even NASA's spacewalk suits are designed to withstand temperatures of 120 degrees Celsius. Mercury is 3.5 times more scorching than that. Your spacesuit's outer layers would start degrading within seconds. In minutes, your suit's critical systems like life support and cooling would fail, and you'd experience instant heat stroke. Then you'd be cooked and die.
Oh, so you're saying I could last 5 seconds on there? That's all I needed to hear. Rico, initiate landing sequence.
I don't recommend that. Your chances of returning to the ship after a 5-second walk on Mercury's daytime surface are calculating 0.012%.
Rico, oh my god, you just had to ruin all the fun every time. Okay, what are my other options?
Calculating. Try landing on Mercury's night side.
Okay.
Now, the dark side of Mercury would be freezing.
Detecting the temperature of minus 180 degrees Celsius.
Even your spacesuit's most advanced heating system wouldn't last long in this brutal environment. Within minutes, your heaters would fail and hypothermia would set in. Your body temperature would start dropping rapidly. In only 10 minutes, you'd be dead. And that's if nothing else goes wrong.
Yeah, landing on Mercury's night side is possible, but it would suck. Like, I wouldn't see a thing there. What's the point in going to a whole new planet if you can't enjoy the views? No, I'll take my chances with Mercury's extreme heat. Thank you very much.
Well, hold on. Maybe you don't have to. You could find a landing location between the two extremes. It's called the Terminator Zone.
The Terminator Zone!
Yeah, this is the zone between the day and night, and temperatures there might be bearable.
Calculating the Terminator Zone temperatures would be extremely hard. The temperature on Mercury drops to the extremes rapidly.
That's true, but this is your best shot at spending 5 seconds on Mercury. And hey, remember I mentioned the strange sunrises and sunsets on Mercury? Well, here's your chance to see them too. Mercury has a double sunrise. It's because it moves on its axis very slowly but orbits the sun very quickly. At certain points, the orbital speed becomes faster than its rotational speed. And if you were standing on Mercury at that moment, you'd see the sunrise, then stop, move back, and rise again.
Oh, cool! Double sunrise! Rico, okay, let's do this. Let's land, this time for real.
Landing complete. The temperature reading at 130 degrees Celsius.
Okay, yeah, feeling toasty, but not cooked. Another successful mission for the Astro King and his dumb sidekick Rico. Okay, so when do we get to see this double sunrise?
You must remain on Mercury's surface for a few hours to witness the retrograde sunrise.
Oh, why didn't you say that before we landed? Okay, well, I mean, it's not that bad. I could stick around here for a few hours.
I don't recommend that. The temperature will rise drastically in 3.2 hours.
Oh God, Rico, just say 3 hours. It's fine. I'll be fine, okay? I'll stay right here next to the ship where... Ow, okay, that rock is hot. Don't read into that. Nice. Rico, what was that?
A micrometeorite hit your spacesuit. You're losing oxygen.
Skay, hot, can't breathe. Why can't I ever get hit by a macro meteorite? Why does this always take so long? I didn't even see the double sunrise. I hope. What if Guy puts it on his Patreon because I subscribed last month at the Red Giant Deer and then pitched a story where I don't die?
Oh, classic Chase. But don't worry, he'll be back for his next adventure. He always comes back.
You know what's the best thing about Earth? Fast food. I know it's not the healthiest option, but if it's not so good for you, why is it so delicious? Well, I'm craving a burger now. There's only one problem. I'm on the moon, people! Yep, no restaurants here, but that's not a problem because I'm gonna order the burger from Earth and have it delivered to me right here on the moon. No ketchup. 236 million? What?
The estimated transit duration is 3 Earth days. The delivery charge will be substantial, as it includes launch costs and mission operations.
Yeah, I get it. It's the most expensive burger in the history of burgers. Well, I guess we'll do it for the views. And you can't refund, I already hit send. Well, I'm not just gonna sit here and wait. It takes 3 days to deliver. I'm hungry now. I'm planning on doing something nobody has ever done before. I'm gonna build my own burger restaurant on the moon! Wild, I know, but hear me out. I only need a few things to get started. Water, power, 3D printer for construction, and then I just need to grow all the burger ingredients. Rico, what do you got for me?
You can collect and recycle your urine.
Blech, no, gross.
My data suggest polar craters contain significant amounts of water ice. You should head to the South Pole. Estimated travel time, 115 hours.
And miss my delivery? No way! Rico, come on, give me another idea.
An alternative source of water ice would be one of the cold traps located nearby.
Perfect!
My scans indicate a cold trap within the 90-kilometer range from your location. Estimated travel time, 5.4 hours.
Yes, now we're talking. Rico, map me! Fun fact, astronauts leave all sorts of crap on the moon, including literal crap. I mean, what did you think? People just stopped pooping when they left Earth? Nah. I mean, I get it. Why would you want to take all that crap home with you? You just dump it all here. No one would know. But this is great for me. Might as well pick up some of that old equipment that astronauts left on the moon, as long as I don't step in some literal frozen shit. Hey, Rico, are we close to one of the Apollo landing sites?
Correct. You have landed in proximity to the Descartes Highlands, the designated landing site for the Apollo 16 mission. The site could have remnants of photovoltaic arrays.
Just say solar panels, Rico. Well, that's good for me. Hopefully we can get those up. You can't run a restaurant without a little power. Hope this ancient tech still works, though. Have you ever seen a lunar scrapyard? It's not much of a yard, but you get the idea. Rico, do your scans see anything useful?
The technological remnants at the Apollo 16 site are not suitable for repurposing to power your establishment. These artifacts were engineered for specific mission objectives and were not designed to outlast the mission.
Great. Okay, well, I'll just have to start a fire to cook food then.
Negative. Combustion is impossible on the moon. The lack of an atmosphere implies the absence of oxygen.
Right. Okay, I get it. Fine, Rico. Well, this has been a fun detour. Let's at least not fail at getting water.
You have arrived.
Sweet. So, I made it to the cold trap. Doesn't look like much, but it's a special little place. Okay, so here's what you need to know about the moon. It has no atmosphere. No atmosphere means no temperature control. And no temperature control means it gets real hot during the day and super cold at night. It's really inconvenient for me, but it's even more inconvenient for water, which sublimates, meaning it goes directly from an ice to a gas and escapes into space. But right here in this spot, the sunlight never directly hits the surface, which means water ice might be nicely tucked in there, waiting for me to take it. Damn, it's cold in here. Got myself some iced water right here. Now I'm ready to make the trip back to the base. See you there. Okay, still got time. Got water, need power next. Oh, I'm gonna have to use my spaceship to power this thing. I've been on the moon for about a month now, building a habitat here. Of course, now I'll have to convert it to a restaurant. This is costing me so much cash. Burger delivery alone has wiped out my entirety of my savings. But if you guys like and subscribe, I'm sure I can do more fun projects like this. All right, gotta go. This restaurant won't build itself. Whew, still got 22 hours. Great. So it's been 38 hours of non-stop 3D printing and building, and I think I'm getting there. Sure, there's lots left to do. I mean, the roof's not on, but the power is connected, and I was able to repurpose most of my kitchen. It's looking good. Now the fun part. While my printer is finishing things up, I'm gonna grow some veggies and stuff. Rico, give me a list of ingredients. What do I need to grow around here to make this mouth-watering, beefy perfection of a burger?
The ingredient list includes a beef patty, lettuce, tomato, onions, cheese, pickles, mayonnaise, yellow mustard, white vinegar, and sesame seed bun. Sourcing these ingredients on the moon presents a highly ambitious agricultural endeavor.
Not if you do one thing at a time. Watch and learn. I'm so pumped up. I only have 22 hours before my burger gets here. And if I want to compare my lunar burger to my favorite Earth burger, there's no time to waste. Time to grow some veggies. How the hell am I gonna grow a cow in here? This is ridiculous. And what is mayonnaise? How do you grow that? Do you milk it from something? Oh, I don't want to know.
You can start with lettuce, the simplest ingredient on the list.
Why don't I start with a bun, okay? What's a bun made out of? Wheat, right? I could grow wheat. Everybody grows wheat on Earth. But see, it's like the easiest thing.
The recipe formulation for home-style buns necessitates the inclusion of bovine-derived milk and is subject to verification for the presence of ovum products. This requirement implicates the need for a controlled ecological system capable of supporting terrestrial livestock within the lunar environment.
Oh, I love it when you talk AI to me. But just so our viewers are clear, what exactly do I need to do?
You need to grow cows for milk production and chicken for egg production.
Okay. Hey guys, Chase here. I never thought I'd have to make this video, certainly not to you guys, but it turns out I have to admit something. You can't grow anything on the moon. I didn't know this going into this project, and I just want you guys to know that I really wanted to do this for you. The lunar soil is just so rough with these like tiny particles, okay? It's not my fault. Like, it doesn't have any nutrients. I did build a restaurant though, you know, and my burger's here, nice and fresh. Hey guys, Chase here. You know, and my burger's here, nice and fresh. Well, sort of. What? It's a 3-day-old burger. Don't judge me. You've eaten 3-day-old food before. Bit drier than usual. Scratchy. I don't remember as much knife pain in my throat as last time.
It appears you have inhaled lunar dust, which led to microabrasions to your mucosal lining. You are experiencing asphyxiation, which will be followed by cardiac arrest.
"40 light years from us, there's a world that looks a lot like Venus. Only, unlike the most sweltering, hellish planet in the solar system, this not-so-distant planet could actually be the next Earth. This world is called Gliese 12b.
That's right, I'm venturing out of the solar system to find an exoplanet that I won't die on. And yeah, I know I've said that before, but I'm feeling much better about Gliese 12b. Way better than Kepler 22b. I mean, it's like 595 light years closer to this solar system, and all stars and no weight make Chase a happy boy.
Estimated travel time, 200 years.
Okay, that's longer than I expected.
Location, Pisces constellation.
Yeah, so Gliese 12b orbits this red dwarf star in the Pisces constellation, which means the planet is creative, compassionate, intuitive. Unless Pisces is placed in the 7th house, then it's bad at communication.
Chase, astrology doesn't apply to planets.
That's really naive, what if guy. I mean, Saturn literally has a ring on it. Go, girl.
Saturn is a gas giant, and it has many rings.
You know, not everybody's as into monogamy as you are, Rico, okay? And you always take his side. What's going on? Did I program you this way? Whatever, I'll get over it. Rico, now's the time for my favorite phrase. Initiate landing sequence. That really should be my catchphrase. What do y'all think?
Very little is known about Gliese 12b because exoplanets don't emit any detectable light, making it very hard for scientists to observe them. Still, scientists can deduce some basic characteristics using the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, otherwise known as TESS. This satellite stares at the sky and measures the changing brightness of a star in 20-second to 30-minute intervals as the exoplanet passes the star it orbits.
Hey, we don't need a satellite for that. I can stare at the sky with my own blinky balls.
If only it was that easy.
Oh, man, I almost had it. Now everything has a big red circle in the middle.
Well, nice try. Unfortunately, TESS can only give us data on exoplanets that pass between their star and Earth. Fortunately, Gliese 12b does just that. So this is how we know that it's roughly the same size as Earth, but is about 15 times closer to its star.
Huh. Rico, give me the stats on this red dwarf.
Loading stats.
At what point did this red dwarf make its way to Mordor? Well, Gliese might be orbiting real close to its star, but like the space gods, it's only about a quarter the size of Earth's sun. And with only 60% of the surface temperature, yeah, Chase can live with that. You know, if this planet's sun had anywhere near the size and heat of Earth's sun, I'd be dead already. I'd be a ball of flame. And my personal preference is to not be a ball of flame.
Correct. Because of its proximity, Gliese 12b receives 1.6 times more energy from its star than Earth does from the sun.
Oh, yeah, we could put a solar panel over here. And here. And over here. You know, this could be the first fully renewable planet in the cosmos. Well, that we know of, at least. Oh, it's a bit warm here. Rico, what's the temperature reading?
62.2 degrees Celsius.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, I'd be worried about bringing you humans to this planet. I mean, you've done a great job heating up Earth already, pumping those greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. This planet is 62 degrees already, so clean energy only here, period. I'm looking at you, Kyle. Yeah, oh yeah. We're gonna just cover this whole section with solar panels. This would be really nice. Put a little sofa over there.
Well, scientists haven't been able to collect any data about Gliese 12b's atmosphere. We don't know how the planet would change with any additional gas emissions.
Well, not a problem. Rico, give me an atmospheric reading. Stat.
Calculating. Atmosphere composition is 52% carbon dioxide, 44% nitrogen, 3% miscellaneous gases.
Yeah, all right. Well, that CO2 explains the heat. If Gliese 12b had no atmosphere at all, it'd be around 42 degrees. And if we had any more CO2, we'd be getting up to Venus temperatures. That would not be pleasant.
Scientists have only observed a rocky surface on Gliese 12b, but since it's in the habitable zone of a star, it could very well have water. Chase, mind doing some exploring?
Yeah, I'll look for some water. I mean, I'm thirsty anyways. And another thing that's important to know before any of you guys move here is that this planet orbits the star every 12.8 days. Do you understand the severity of what that means? Yeah, a New Year's resolution every 13 days. My resolution last year was to sign up for the What If Explorers Club on Patreon. That was an easy one. Hey, that should be your resolution too.
Gliese 12b has almost 4 times the Earth's mass. That means that even though it's the same size as Earth, its gravitational pull is much stronger.
You know, it is a lot harder to walk here now. You know, not that What If guy would think to ask. Still no signs of water. Rico, scan the surroundings for water.
Scanning.
Toot toot.
Movement detected.
What? Movement detected? You mean we're not alone out here? Oh, no. We don't know what this thing is. It could have big claws, big teeth, or worse, big feet. Oh, I hate feet. Oh, hey there, little guy. You're okay. Your feet are an average size.
Ah! Oh! I'm scared. Not scared. That's just got something in my throat. Okay, animal life on Gliese 12b? That means surely there must be water here somewhere. Rico, track that animal. We're gonna follow it to a water source. Where did it go? Ah, crap. You know, Rico, while you're tracking that little dude, scan for other alien life.
None detected within a 10-kilometer radius.
Oh, man. Hope this little guy isn't alone out here. That'd be so sad. Imagine being trapped on an exoplanet all by yourself. The only multicellular organism. At least I have Rico, when he's not malfunctioning. Which is most of the time. So I guess me and this critter have a lot in common.
Affirmative.
You know what? You don't have to be alone out here anymore, little guy. I'm naming you Charlie. And you're coming with me. Chasing Charlie, exploring the universe. Oh yeah, I like that song. Come here, little buddy. Come here. Yeah. Oh, come on, you like the sound of that. Sing it with me. Chasing Charlie, come back here. Come back here. Come here, little buddy. Come here. Ow! Oh! Ow! Charlie! You bit my finger! Oh.
Suit decompressing.
Oh no! God, you stupid stock website 3D animation! No! Damn it! Damn this stupid planet! I was so close! You stupid red dwarf star! Suck it, Charlie.
Looks like there wasn't any oxygen in the atmosphere for Chase to breathe. But don't worry, he goes on these adventures all the time, dies, and somehow he always comes back. And little Charlie there gets to continue roaming Gliese 12b a free agent. If this is how you picture walking on Uranus, you're wrong. Let's start this again. Are you ready to take a trip to the outer regions of the solar system? To explore the weirdest planet in our cosmic neighborhood? To venture down into a place that's never been studied up close by any spacecraft? Buckle up for an icy, violent, and stinky adventure because your mission is to spend 5 seconds on Uranus and come back. If you can. Traveling to Uranus would be a long, strange journey. First, you'd have to spend 10 long years in a spaceship, speeding toward the outskirts of the solar system. If you're lucky, you might even pass Jupiter and Saturn on the way. Just make sure you pack enough food and fuel. Well, there are some things you should know about this world. Uranus isn't a rocky planet like Earth. It's an ice giant like Neptune, and it's the only planet in the solar system that spins on its side. It spins fast, too. One day on Uranus is just 17 Earth hours. Of course, you wouldn't last that long on it. Not a chance. Once you arrived at your destination, you'd still have some work to do to get close to this giant blue planet. You might have to dodge Uranian rings. Yeah, Uranus has rings. 13 of them. They aren't big and majestic like the gorgeous rings of Saturn. The outer rings are bright and easy to spot, but the inner rings are narrow and dark. You'd have to navigate this part of the trip with the utmost care. As you made your way through the dusty rings of Uranus, you'd see its glorious blue atmosphere up close for the first time in human history. Take a moment to enjoy the...
Ah, Uranus. What an oddballs planet. You know, I flew by it a month ago. That was fun. You wanna know why nobody, and I mean nobody, has ever tried to land anything on the surface of this bootiful planet? Because Uranus
has no surface. It's just a swirling ball of toxic gas compressed around a small, icy core. Oh, and wait till I tell you why those gases on Uranus are toxic. Yeah. Gross.
Yeah, okay, thanks for your input, Chase. It's true, Uranus might have a calming blue color, but it's cold and toxic. Not the kind of blue planet you want to visit.
That's okay. I think you should sit this one out. Here I go! Woohoo! Ah, it's brisk here. Oh, Rico, what's the temperature?
Minus 224 degrees Celsius.
Oh, that's cold. That explains why I can't feel my fingers, or my toes, or the rest of my body. Okay, well, at least those 5 seconds are done. Okay, Rico, it's time to go home. Let's bounce.
Impossible. If my calculations are correct, you will reach the icy core in 54.4 minutes.
So? What? That wasn't the plan. And what's 0.4 of a minute? Use seconds, you dumb bot!
I suggest you take this opportunity to study the planet up close and report back.
Well, I suggest you take this opportunity and stuff it up your charging port!
I don't have a charging port.
No one cares, Rico! No one cares! Honestly, this sucks. Uranus smells like
Yeah, the reason Uranus smells so bad is that the clouds in its upper atmosphere are partially made up of hydrogen sulfide. Not only does this make the planet stink, but it's also pretty toxic. Whatever you do, do not inhale it. If you did, it'd make you faint and die instantly.
What? It would have been real nice to know this before I jumped.
Yeah, well, after falling through the stinky clouds at the top atmosphere, you'd find yourself in the mix of 82% hydrogen, 15% helium, and a bit of methane. Methane gas is what gives Uranus that bluish-green haze because it absorbs light at the red end of the spectrum.
Huh, these clouds are getting a little weird. Kind of floaty.
Yeah, the atmosphere on Uranus is very dense. After passing through its top layer, you'd stop falling and start swimming in it instead. As you were paddling deeper, you'd start getting pelted by frozen gas crystals. But at least the temperature would be rising.
I don't know about that. I don't feel warm at all. Rico, give me the stats.
The temperature around you has indeed gone up to minus 208 degrees Celsius. My calculations show you can expect minus 153 degrees Celsius in the lower atmosphere.
Cool. Great. Ow! Ow, what is that?
That? Well, that's diamond rain. Yeah, on Uranus, it rains diamonds. That's because the Uranian atmosphere is rich in methane, a single carbon compound. Under extreme pressure, the methane molecules break apart and crystallize into diamonds. But the worst part is the wind. You'd be dealing with winds gusting at speeds of up to 900 kilometers per hour. That's 3.5 times stronger than a Category 5 hurricane here on Earth.
Rico, it's getting tight in here. Oh, I can hardly breathe. And when I do breathe, it smells like X.
Of course, the pressure is 100 times greater than the atmospheric pressure at Earth's sea level. You are approaching the mantle.
The good news is you wouldn't splatter on anything because there's not much in the way of solids on Uranus. The Uranian mantle is made of water, ammonia, and methane ice. It would be pitch black in here, and thanks to the extreme gravity, you wouldn't be able to move a muscle. And it would still be incredibly cold. What you should be worried about is the immense pressure that would be rapidly increasing the closer you got to the planet's center. It would squish you before you ever got to the core.
Being crushed by Uranus. I always thought it would be way nicer.
Well, in this extreme pressure environment, your carbon-based body could turn into diamonds and drop down into the core. What a spectacular way to finish this one-way trip to the center of Uranus. Chase? Oh, right. Our solar system is enormous. There are so many planets and moons that are a lot more hospitable for a 5-second mission than Uranus.
Titan.
The most majestic of Saturn's many moons. And the most promising for life, too. It's got a beautiful view and liquid lakes on its surface. The only problem is those lakes aren't filled with water. They're filled with liquid methane. Your mission is to take a 5-second dip in one of them. Of course, you'd have to land on Titan first, so buckle up for the most epic adventure of your lifetime. Titan is far. Even at its closest to Earth, this icy moon is still 1.2 billion kilometers away from us. You'd be looking at roughly 7 years of travel alone in a spaceship. You'd need lots of provisions and a super advanced life support system. You know, it would be good if you made it to Titan and didn't freeze or suffocate somewhere in the middle of the solar system. Yeah, that's not going to happen to you. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. Seeing Saturn up close is amazing. Definitely the most spectacular of all the ringed planets in the solar system, but hey, enough sightseeing, it's time to make your way to your destination. Titan is unique in many ways. For one, it's larger than our moon. It's even bigger than Mercury, the smallest planet in our cosmic neighborhood. It's the only moon that has a thick atmosphere. It's also the only one that's covered in liquid lakes, rivers, and seas. And sometimes it rains here too. Descending on Titan would take you about 2.5 hours, and you couldn't just land anywhere. Like I say, Titan is covered in lakes, so unless you wanted to dip your entire spacecraft in liquid methane, you better choose your landing site carefully. Let's try this again. Okay, now that you've properly landed on Titan, let's go explore this icy world. This moon of Saturn might look a lot like Venus, but it's not as hellishly hot. Titan is one of the most hospitable places in the solar system. Yeah, its gravity is only 14% of Earth's, but its thicker atmosphere makes it possible for you to walk there even without a spacesuit. But I wouldn't recommend that. You'd need the spacesuit to keep you warm. Titan is very far away from the sun, so it doesn't receive as much warmth as we do here on Earth. You'd be taking a brisk stroll at a chilling minus 180 degrees Celsius. Well, you wouldn't exactly be strolling. More like bouncing around? Yeah, thanks to Titan's weaker gravity, you'd feel a lot lighter and could jump higher and move with less effort. Now, Titan's atmosphere is mostly nitrogen, very similar to Earth's, but you still couldn't breathe on this moon because, well, that's where the similarity ends. While 95% of the air here is nitrogen, the remaining 5% is methane. You'd need an oxygen tank to survive even 5 seconds on this world. Yeah, it's not just the lakes that have methane in them. There's plenty of methane in Titan's clouds, and sometimes it even rains methane. But this rain isn't anything like you've seen on Earth. It would be more like rain in slow motion, thanks to Titan's lower gravity and thick atmosphere. On Earth, raindrops fall at about 9 meters per second, but on Titan, their speed is only about 1.6 meters per second. That's 6 times slower. It would be pretty cool to walk in the rain here. But hey, you didn't come here for a walk in the rain. You came to take a dip in Titan's lakes.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh, excuse me? Who's here?
Alright, let's do this. What's up, everybody? I'm Chase. I'm from the year 3050. And for the last, well, things are a bit wobbly where I come from. I've been traveling through space and time a lot. Thing is, I die a lot. Like, a lot. It's kind of like my special power. It all started when I touched this shiny alien cube. Now, I can jump between worlds, dimensions, time, and when I die, I always come back. I'm still trying to figure that one out. I think it has something to do with Einstein? I don't know. It's pretty cool. I jumped on the rings of distant planets, been the guest of honor at an alien feast, and not in a good way. And there was that one time I accidentally started an interstellar war. Cute. But now I'm here on Titan to stop you from doing, whatever it is you're doing. Because you only live once, unless you're me. So, your mission is to take a swim in one of these methane pools? Let me break it down for you. First off, this ain't no spa day. It's like diving into a freezer. Titan's got this super chilly vat going on, you know what I mean? At these temperatures, water's harder than concrete. But methane and ethane, they're like, yeah, it's cold, bruv, but like, we can still chill in liquid form. And so they gather up in these cool little pools.
Okay, I knew that too.
Sorry, no interrupting. I'm still just getting to the good part. Now, let's say you're wearing that fancy spacesuit. Good news, you won't freeze instantly into an astronaut popsicle. Bad news, that suit's gonna float. If, for some wild reason, you decided to take the plunge without the suit, well, that's it, my friend. Lights out! You see, the intense cold would freeze you down to your bone. You couldn't move a muscle. And then, the lack of oxygen would get jump. But 5 seconds with the spacesuit on, we'll definitely survive. Probably. Let's test it.
Okay.
Seems like someone's spacesuit can't withstand the cold. Someone needs an upgrade. It's so refreshing out here. I think I'll just stay another 5 seconds just to really enjoy it. Hot.
Chase?
Don't worry. These sparks are supposed to happen. Oh, it's like a stabbing, burning feeling.
It appears that the cold temperature cracked his suit and methane reacted with the oxygen tank inside it. He should have read about this in the mission brief. Well, just leave him here, I guess? Anyway, the mission is a success. The only thing left is to figure out how to get home. This is Neptune, the windiest, most brutal planet you'll see in the solar system. No average person would ever want to visit it.
Well, thank you. I would describe myself as above average. What up, Chaseheads? It's your boy, Chase. Today, I'm taking a deep dive to the darkest depths of Neptune. I'm going all the way to its dirty core. I'll show you some crazy, violent winds, and you'll see why Neptune can make you stinking rich. Rico, initiate orbital insertion.
Affirmative.
Neptune is gigantic, almost as large as Uranus.
Neptune is the closest planet to the Sun and is blue due to the presence of water.
Yeah, and what? No. Wait, there was no part of that sentence that was not completely wrong. Well, looks like Rico's on the fritz. Not to worry though, once I get deeper into Neptune, I'll be able to collect some valuable materials to upgrade Rico's quantum computer.
Neptune is a massive ice giant. Just like Uranus, it's blue and it doesn't have any solid surface for you to stand on. This icy planet is cold and extremely dark. It's 30 times further away from the sun than Earth is, and that's why it receives only a small amount of sunlight.
Now I know you see this nice and bright, but that's because video editors are color correcting this. In reality, it looks like garbage. See? Before, after, before, after. Much better. So, the problem is that Neptune has an irregular and massive magnetic field, and that's messing with Rico. It's making him toast. And insane. It also fried my ship's computers, so looks like I'm gonna have to dive in from here.
If you're planning to reach the core of Neptune, you're gonna have to battle through extreme wind, ice and crystal rain, and a molten mantle.
Neptune's thermosphere.
So, Rico's being a little bit less helpful than usual, but I can tell you that it feels chilly. Like exactly what you'd expect from an ice giant. And by the way, an ice giant isn't a planet literally covered in solid ice. It's like a gas giant, but instead of just gas, it's more like a slushy.
Neptune is incredibly cold. At this point, you'd experience temperatures of minus 240 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Neptune and Uranus share a lot in common. Similar to Uranus, Neptune's heat signature shows us that the planet is creating a lot of heat well below its clouds.
Great, so add scorching temperatures to the list. You know, I'm actually looking forward to a bit of warmth because it's so cold.
Now, the deeper into Neptune you go, the more intense the conditions would get. And you wouldn't be able to breathe in this atmosphere.
Now, most people don't know this, but the bluish color of Neptune is because of its composition, made up of hydrogen, helium, and methane. Yeah, fart planet! It's getting a little hot for my liking, Rico. Rico! God, right, I keep forgetting that. I rely on this robot way too much. I'm somewhere in the middle of the atmosphere. I just passed clouds of water, hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, and now I feel like I'm in an oven. This doesn't make any sense. Neptune is supposed to be one of the coldest planets in this solar system. Feels like I'm on Venus here.
Just like Earth's atmosphere, Neptune's atmosphere has layers. At this point, you've passed through the exosphere and have entered the thermosphere. And the temperature here reaches 477 degrees Celsius. Scientists don't know exactly why Neptune's thermosphere has this boiling heat at this depth. It could be gravity waves from the planet's interior, or an atmospheric interaction with Neptune's magnetic field. Either way, things are going to be toasty.
Wow. It's hot. Okay, Rico, it's time. Initiate cooling.
Initiating stabilizers.
Oh, God. Okay, well, I'm sure that'll be useful eventually. Whoa! This is almost the greatest day ever! I'm skydiving in the Aurora Borealis. It's scorching hot, but there's hardly any wind. And it looks amazing!
The Aurora Borealis only happens on Earth, but the same process can happen on Neptune in the thermosphere, where the concentration of charged particles...
Yada. Guys, I was just in Neptune's planetary fireworks. My life is awesome. This mission is gonna be a breeze.
Detecting breathe.
Initiate those stabilizers anytime, Rico.
At this depth, the atmosphere is extremely windy. Winds here can reach speeds of up to 2,100 kilometers per hour. And the temperature drops to about minus 190 degrees Celsius.
Hey guys,
I made it to about halfway through Neptune, and it's pretty chill. It's chilly, actually. It's quite cold. But being honest, I'm not quite as excited about the fart planet as I once was. It really sounded a lot cooler on paper. This planet is toxic! Literally, it is made up of toxic gases that I am smelling way too much of. The upper layers of this fart marble have methane, but now it's getting clouds of ammonia, and they're getting denser. Soon, I'll be swimming in fart. Rico, I swear to space, turn on the gas filtration, please!
Gas filtration.
Huh?
Offline.
Oh my god, I'm gonna barf. It's like a can of bleach exploded in my face with a 5-week-old carton of eggs. Okay, I'm just gonna hold my breath all the way to the core. Oh god, that's so much worse. Bad idea, bailing out. What is this? I feel like the weight of this entire blue planet is sitting on my shoulders.
That's because it is. Neptune is incredibly heavy. It's the 4th largest and the 3rd most massive planet in the solar system. As you descend deeper into its center, the immense weight of the atmosphere above you would be crushing.
Yeah, okay, yes, I can feel that.
Gas filtration online.
Oh, for space sake, thank you, Rico! Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. Now, I'm sure you're wondering the reason why I'm plummeting through all these farts, temperature changes, and windy storms. What's so special about the center of this cosmic crop duster? I'll tell you. Diamonds. And no, not because I want to get rich, although that would be nice. I do have a lot of burger debt. I need those because I can use them to fix Rico's quantum computer. Oh look, I'm almost there. Diamonds? They must be in the mantle by now.
Approaching the mantle.
Yeah, thank you, boss. Just like I expected, diamond rain. Now I just need to collect a few of these. Oh, the pressure. It's killing me.
As you dive deeper into the mantle, the pressure and heat will grow rapidly. At this point, the pressure is 50,000 times higher than on Earth. And the temperature is about to reach 3,700 degrees Celsius.
I was gonna say, it sure feels like a million elephants are standing on my back, and my chest, and my face. It's so weird here.
The mantle is made up of a mixture of water, ammonia, and methane in a supercritical state. That means it's somewhere between gas and liquid.
What up, guys? Who's in a superfluid, superconducting magnetosphere? This guy. That's right. So you're probably like, whatever you're doing can't be worth all this, right, Chase? Totally wrong! Worth it? At these pressures on Neptune, methane diamonds rain, baby! But there should be even bigger ones closer to the core. And as a service to you guys, I'm gonna go check it out. Let's do this. Tough to breathe, move, burning, just a little further. There, a perfect methane diamond.
The core of Neptune is made up of rock and ice, and it's roughly the size of Earth.
So there's basically an Earth at the center of Neptune. Cool. breathe, Rico, restart and install firmware upgrade labeled stop being such a friggin' pain, Rico, _final v6.exe. Do it!
Restart complete. Firmware and hardware upgrade complete. Ship link reestablished.
Yes! Yes! Now you're online! I'm dying, Rico! Get me out of here, baby!
With your current equipment, your survival probability is 0%.
Just 0? That's it? Not like 0.1 or something?
Suit degradation imminent. Survival probability 0.0000000.
Alright, Chaseheads. It's not looking good for me. I don't think I'm gonna make it out, but this time, I'm gonna choose how I go. And I choose to take this helmet off and die by toxic planet fart superfluids. It'll preserve my body in this epic looking pose. And it'll...
Well, that looks like the end of Chase's journey, at least for today. But don't worry, Chase will return. He always does somehow.
Did you know that Jupiter has 95 moons? And some of them are big, like planet-sized big. I'm gonna populate these big moons of Jupiter and see which one isn't gonna kill me. Alright, so I'm starting on Callisto. It's the furthest moon from Jupiter, which means it also has the worst view. Ugh. Oh, no, that's nothing.
Callisto orbit detected 1,883,000 kilometers from Jupiter.
Okay, so if you haven't heard about Callisto, here's some facts. 1, it's a moon. 2, it's pretty big. 3, it's only slightly smaller than Mercury, which is a full planet. So I call this rock almost planet-sized. Now walking on Callisto is fun because it's like walking on Earth's moon. The gravity here is so low, it's almost like I'm floating. All right, let's take a look around, I guess. Terrain looks real bumpy.
Billions of years of impact from asteroids and comets has made Callisto's surface the most heavily cratered in the solar system.
Oh, well look at this! A crater perfectly sized for a pool, and what's a home without a pool, right Rico?
The temperature on Callisto is minus 140 degrees Celsius. Water will freeze immediately.
Okay, an ice rink then. This one will be an ice rink. We'll heat this one to be a pool then. And, And this one will be an ice plunge. Very Scandinavian. I'm getting to work. Oh, welcome to the crib. I know that I said that this was gonna be the worst moon, but, it's actually looking pretty nice. You see these pools over here? The only reason they stay intact is because there's almost like no geological activity on Callisto. That's right, no volcanoes, no earthquakes. It's kind of perfect here. Nothing can kill me. Foreshadowing. Even though the view sucks, the distance from Jupiter means that there's way less radiation that'll impact my bath time.
Correct. Callisto is located mostly outside of Jupiter's intense radiation belts. That means that the radiation exposure is actually reduced.
Hear that? I don't have to worry about turning into some freakish ugly guy.
Correct. The mutation has already occurred.
Rico, what the hell?
What if Guy programmed me to say that?
Ugh, damn. Even when he's not in the video, Peter leaves a stink on everything. Alright, well, let me show you around. I just used this nice rock as the base and basically drilled out the insides, and then I took some rocks from over there and over there to finish it up. I'm hoping for a granite entryway, which is tough because I have no idea if granite exists on this planet, moon, whatever. Then I insulated it with some nice thick layers of polyurethane to keep it nice and toasty inside. Now I couldn't get the gas fireplace in, so we're gonna need a little bit more insulation because it's not gonna...
Well, at least this gives me extra building material.
Sometimes life gives you lemons, and other times life gives you asteroids. I would have preferred lemons, but you know what they say? Suck it, Chase, you don't get any lemonade. Fine, fine.
Current location, Ganymede, the largest moon in the solar system.
Living on the biggest moon? Pretty cool. Very chic. But this looks bleak. AF. Rico, how well could Ganymede promote life? Whatever, you know? Do your robot thing, Rico.
Ganymede generates its own magnetic field, which protects the moon from cosmic radiation. This is a very positive indication for sustaining life.
Nice. No mutating for me here either.
You could not mutate into a worse-looking guy.
Dude, I'm gonna slap you, Rico.
Another pre-programmed response.
Yeah. Whatever, just keep talking about Ganymede.
Ganymede also contains an underground saltwater ocean, estimated to be 100 kilometers deep. That is 10 times the depth of the Earth's ocean.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is giving me some ideas. Yes, okay. I'll drill through Ganymede's 150 kilometer thick ice crust and tap that ocean water. I'll set up my own plumbing system. This is perfect. Oh yes. I'll build a shelter inside this crater. You know, that has a pretty nice hippie commune vibe. Right? And sure, it is minus 180 degrees Celsius, but I'm pretty sure once this place gets populated with all those alien hippies, we'll warm each other up just fine. Okay, well, I'm still drilling, but that's only because it's such a thick ice crust and deep. But, you know, I'm determined to have a toilet that can flush. All this manual labor. It's making it so steamy in my spacesuit.
Current temperature reading at minus 126.3
Rico,
degrees Celsius.
if I could just take off my helmet and get a little bit of this Ganymede ice on my forehead, that would cool me down so quick. What's the possibility of that?
While Ganymede's icy surface does generate a thin atmosphere of nitrogen and oxygen,
Oxygen in the atmosphere? Nice.
not enough to sustain your air supply.
What? You should have said that way faster. Where'd I put my helmet?
Okay, I admit that one was my fault. Mostly Rico's, but some blame goes to me. Alright, what is this, Europa? I thought Italy was supposed to have a lot more pizza and people.
Europa is the fourth largest of Jupiter's 95 moons.
Right. The moon thing, we're still doing that. Europe, Europa, whatever. You know, I'm actually feeling pretty good about this one.
Your intuition is correct. Europa has the highest chance of fostering life.
But it's all ice. I mean, last I checked, life was a little bit happier in nicer, warmer climates, you know, somewhere with like a beach and like a 24/7 pina colada service.
Negative. Europa has signs of water. Scientists discovered that this moon disrupts Jupiter's magnetosphere due to the presence of an electrically conductive fluid, most likely a large ocean of salt water.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, but this time I am not drilling down for plumbing. I'd rather live in filth.
Europa's surface is blasted with radiation. Enough time in here would mutate
you into a worse looking guy. Yeah, I got it, Rico. Thank you very much. God, I really gotta put a password on your code base. All right, well, I guess I'll drill if I have to. Okay, you guys, this might be the sickest habitat yet! Look at this. So I drilled through the ice shell, which was like 22 kilometers thick, which sounds like a lot, but it really wasn't compared to last time. We got some reinforced glass to sustain all the pressure from that water. Oh, and get this, Europa has this crazy elliptical orbit, which causes all these tidal forces, which could lead to volcanic activity on the seafloor. I know what you're thinking. Chase, volcanic activity right under your house? Won't your house explode? What about the property value? For one, the ocean is like 150 kilometers deep. We're fine. Chill out. Second, that hydrothermal activity could supply nutrients to the ocean floor, which could allow us to watch alien evolution right from my bachelor pad. And thirdly, I made this glass super reinforced. I watched a YouTube tutorial, so it's gonna probably withstand basically anything. So we are going to be utterly and totally fine. Rico, take me somewhere safe!
Locating a geologically stable zone.
It's just.
Io is the most volcanically active body in the solar system.
Oh, really? You don't say! Thank you, Rico!
Some eruptions are hundreds of kilometers high.
Yeah, thanks! Tell me something I don't know!
Okay, Taylor Swift's Eras Tour had a total of 149 shows.
No, about Io, you idiot! Wait, were any of them on Io? I still wanted to get tickets. I love that song where she goes something about her boyfriend, or whatever.
Io is forced into an elliptical orbit by the gravitational pulls of Jupiter, Europa, and Ganymede. Its proximity to Jupiter and this irregularity cause extremely unstable geological activity.
Ah, dang. Okay, well, sounds like it's gonna be pretty difficult to, live here, but Chase finds a way. Chase always finds a way. Ah! Whew. Okay, that was stressful. Let's try and stay away from the volcanoes, okay, Rico?
New volcanoes erupt around Io due to the constant heating of the moon's interior. Volcanic activity could begin at any moment.
Okay, well, great. I guess we'll just have to gamble. Oh, man, I just escaped like 100 spewing volcanoes. Why is it so cold here all of a sudden?
Io's atmosphere is too thin to trap any heat, so geologically stable zones of the moon reach temperatures as low as minus 130 degrees Celsius.
Well, that's about 150 degrees colder than what I would prefer. Oh, I know. We'll use the heat from this lava lake to heat up the exterior of my habitat. Oh. And I'll have a big underground bunker to shield me from any of the explosions. Okay, this is gonna be good. I'll see you in 1 week. Hey guys, so I just started tunneling down to get my bunker. It's tough going, but it's gonna be worth it. Rico, what's going on?
Geological activity.
Okay. It doesn't sound super.
So, we all know Chase dies. A lot.
Oh no. Yeah, but not today.
Well, today, we want to show you the 9 worst ways to die in space.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's right. We're taking Chase to the most perilous places in space. Some of these will lead to deaths that are pretty gruesome.
Why can't we ever make a video that's the most relaxing places to take vacations in space?
There are 200 billion trillion stars scattered throughout space. While they light up the universe and provide us with the heat needed for life, these balls of gas are extremely lethal. Quite regularly, stars give off intense bursts of radiation and energy known as solar flares. These bursts have so much energy that they strip surrounding planets of their atmosphere and unleash deadly radiation into space. Proxima Centauri is one of the most volatile stars ever discovered. As a red dwarf star, it's small, but it has extraordinarily powerful magnetic fields. These fields frequently clash, triggering intensely violent solar flares. Scientists once reported a solar flare so bright that the star temporarily became 14,000 times brighter than its average state.
Okay, well, nothing's happening now. And you said it was unpredictable, so how do we even know when the next big solar flare is gonna be?
Electrical systems failing. Outer shell burning.
Rico, reroute auxiliary power to life support systems.
Rerouting to...
Oh no, no!
When a sudden surge of high-energy particles hits your spaceship, it would fry every piece of electronics. In a matter of seconds, X-rays and gamma rays would rip through your spaceship, and you'd be suffering from intense radiation poisoning.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
With a direct solar flare blast that strong, the radiation would cause severe alterations to your DNA. You'd feel nauseous and incredible weakness, signs of acute radiation poisoning. At the same time, your life support systems would fail and you'd have a hard time breathing. It would take just 5 minutes for radiation to destroy your organs. The good news is you'd likely lose consciousness and die before your ship ran out of oxygen, because suffocating on a damaged ship sounds a lot worse than a nauseating death from radiation.
Okay, this time I'm gonna be flying further away from those radiation-spitting stars.
There are invisible forces at play all throughout the vastness of space. Every star, planet, and moon, everything has a gravitational pull, and if you don't maneuver carefully, you'll end up in a pretty disastrous situation.
Yeah, I'm an experienced space adventurer. I think I can navigate gravity. Besides, I'm on my way to a somewhat familiar place, Kepler 22b. You know, I really gotta give this place a second chance.
That would be Rock's S42BB, a gas giant that's 9 times the mass of Jupiter. And yeah, it's got an incredibly strong gravitational pull.
What? No. Oh no, no, no. Oh, no, not again.
The enormous gravitational pull from this massive planet would catch you in the gravity well trap. Gravity well is space around a massive object like this planet that pulls all nearby objects toward it. And it's dangerous. Your ship's thrusters would fail to counteract this gravity. You'd be rapidly pulled toward the gas giant, all the while experiencing some serious G-forces. You and your ship wouldn't stand a chance against Rock's S42BB. The G-forces you'd be feeling would cause you to black out. You'd be falling deeper and deeper into this planet's atmosphere until your ship violently breaks apart. And when your ship does break apart, you'll be flung out into the storm of toxic gases and superheated winds. It'd be brutal.
Granted, that landing was not so smooth, but this time I'm gonna land on purpose and I will survive.
Landing on planets with an atmosphere is extremely complicated because an atmosphere is full of particles that create intense friction during entry. The intense friction generates enormous heat, and if you're not careful, your spaceship will burn up before reaching the surface. If Kepler-22b had an Earth-like atmosphere, landing there would be tricky. You'd need to carefully maneuver your ship to manage heat and turbulence.
Okay, lock in, Chase, lock in. Just need to do the S-turns. Make sure the broadside of the ship is exposed.
At this point, your spaceship is moving at 28,000 kilometers per hour. The atmosphere of Kepler-22b would create resistance, heating your ship's exterior to a blistering 2,000 degrees Celsius. If your ship's heat shield fails, the cabin would become unbearably hot in seconds.
What? Kepler's supposed to be balmy. This is way too hot.
Intense turbulence would begin to tear your ship apart. This would mean decompression and failure of all life support systems.
What about auxiliary power? Okay, Kepler. You win this time. You know what? Of all the planets in the solar system, Earth is actually the only one I haven't died on. I do see why y'all prefer to live there and not on Mars.
Well, Earth is a particularly tough planet to land on. Not only are you navigating its gravitational pull and atmospheric friction, but you also have to dodge a ton of space junk. Literally, there's an estimated 9,000 tons of junk in Earth's orbit, over 100 million bits of small debris, and about 25,000 pieces larger than 10 centimeters. Stuff like old satellites and missile debris get trapped here, some traveling at speeds over 8 kilometers per second. That's 10 times faster than a bullet.
No worries, I got this. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Spacecraft already have to carefully navigate through Earth's low orbit, avoiding debris with tracking and collision avoidance maneuvers. But things may get much worse. If we don't do anything about this debris, it'll keep colliding and breaking into smaller fragments, eventually forming a dense, unmanageable cloud of space junk around Earth. This scenario is known as the Kessler syndrome. And it's bad because it could make it nearly impossible to leave Earth. All spacecraft would face a high risk of collision. Even the tiniest piece of orbital debris traveling at thousands of kilometers per hour could cause catastrophic damage.
This has been a really tough few days. Every time I die, I feel a little less and less like myself, like a shell of a man. I need somewhere that I can go and be away from people and things.
Well, that works out perfectly because your next stop is Triton, one of Neptune's moons. It has no stuff and no people.
Oh, okay, great. Let's go.
Triton is one of the coldest moons in the solar system. Its surface is so icy that it reflects almost all of the sunlight it receives, which is very little to begin with. The surface temperature here is roughly minus 235 degrees Celsius, which makes it the perfect place to freeze to death. Even NASA's most advanced exploration extravehicular mobility unit suits, developed for the Artemis missions to the moon, will only withstand temperatures of minus 173 degrees Celsius. And Triton is a lot colder than that.
What? You sent me here just to die? Ugh. I'll remember this what if guy. Ugh.
On Triton, you wouldn't lose heat immediately like you do on Earth. That's because Triton doesn't have an atmosphere, so there's no air to carry away your heat through convection. It would take you some time to die here. Your heart would start slowing down to 30 beats per minute. Blood would no longer be delivering oxygen to your body. You'd be completely numb. It would take about an hour or two for your body to freeze solid.
I'm not dying anymore. No way. I'm done, okay? I'm upgrading the ship so it's gonna protect me from radiation, freezing temperatures, micrometeoroids. It's gonna protect me from everything. Good luck trying to kill me this time, Peter. Ow. Ah! What the?
Oof, that was a micrometeoroid, a tiny piece of debris that can travel at tens of thousands of kilometers per hour. They usually burn up in a planet's atmosphere because of their tiny size, but out in space, they're like bullets. Most astronauts are pretty unlikely to get hit by one, but Chase is an exceptionally unlucky guy.
Rico, open the door! Rico! Door! Rico! No, not... Rico!
So, right now, Chase is experiencing ebulism, which is a fancy way to say decompression, which is a fancy way to say that the rapid change in pressure is causing all of the liquids in his body to boil and evaporate. Yeah, this one might be the worst yet.
Okay, that was bad. That was really, really bad. But if I just keep working on the ship, I'll be safe. I'll get it all done, and then I won't get hit by another... Oh, are you kidding me? Come on!
Oxygen levels critical.
Oh no.
And that was a huge mistake. In the vacuum of space, there's no air pressure. And your spacesuit just took a hit, which means that the pressure inside it will change and cause the air to expand. That big gulp of air you just took, that's about to explode your lungs in 3, 2, 1. As your lungs get torn from the inside, air bubbles will enter your bloodstream, and that will lead to an embolism that will block blood flow to your vital organs like your heart and your brain. Cue heart attack, stroke, and death. Space is so treacherous that even the safety of a ship, yes, even an upgraded one, can't always protect you. There's not much anyone can do against the invisible threat of a black hole. With gravitational pulls so strong they even suck in light, once you realize you're close to one, it's already too late.
Yeah, and there's probably a black hole right next to me, isn't there? Oh my god, there is one! Oh, Rico, fire all engines, reverse, full reverse! Come on, Rico! Auxiliary power, Rico!
All engines in reverse.
Damn it! Peter!
Getting sucked into a black hole, you experience so much gravitational pull, your body literally gets spaghettified. You turn into a long strand of human spaghetti. There was no avoiding that one.
That was brutal, man. I mean, that's almost as bad as the time you killed me off on every single planet in the solar system. Wait. How am I not tied to the spaceship? Hey! Hey! No! No! Rico, if you can hear me, send out the grappling hook right now! You might be wondering how I get into these situations. Well, let's roll it back a little.
Triton, Neptune's gargantuan moon. It's one of the strangest rocks in the solar system. It orbits backwards, hides an ocean possibly filled with life, and is covered in ice volcanoes.
Titan, my old nemesis. That's right, guys. It's time for my Titanic return to Titan. Sure, you got me last time with some clever laking, but I'm headed back your way for some sweet, sweet revenge, baby.
Okay, one, how do you take revenge on a moon? And two, we hired you as our intergalactic rep to spend 5 seconds on Triton.
Yeah, Titan.
Triton.
Oh, right. Triton. I mean, I knew that, and I'm pretty sure I punched Triton into, like, the navigation thingy.
Incorrect. You navigated to Titan. You are currently on Titan.
Well, Titan, Triton, tomato, tomato, it's the same thing, really. They're kind of like moon cousins, right?
Wrong. They're moons of two completely different planets. Titan orbits Saturn. Triton orbits Neptune.
Oh boy.
Neptune,
died there too. Wow. Wrong moon, eh, Rico? What a team botch job we did on this one. You and me.
Negative. You were the one responsible for the mistake.
Cool. So, how far away is Triton from here anyways?
Triton is 4.5 billion kilometers away from the sun, and you are currently 1.4 billion kilometers from the sun. So do the math, and you're just over 3 billion kilometers away from the correct moon. And that's only because Saturn and Neptune happen to be relatively close at this point of their orbits. While Saturn revolves around the sun once every 29 years, Neptune, with Triton tagging along, takes almost 165 years to complete its orbit. That means that when they're at the opposite ends of the solar system, Triton and Titan are almost 6 billion kilometers apart.
Oh man, so many billions, and none of them in my bank account. Well, one is. It's just got a nasty minus sign in front of it.
Yeah, you'll get there. And by there, I mean Triton.
Oh, fine. Let's go to Triton then. And I was all set to go cliff diving and everything.
Triton is the biggest moon of Neptune. You remember Neptune, the icy blue gas giant and the outermost planet in the solar system? Well, Triton is just as colossal. It's not as big as Neptune, I just mean it's really big for a moon. With a diameter of 2,700 kilometers, it's bigger than dwarf planets like Pluto, though it's slightly smaller than our own moon. What makes Triton cool, other than a glacial surface of minus 235 degrees Celsius, is that it's the only large moon in the solar system in retrograde orbit. This means it orbits in the opposite direction of the planet's rotation, which is a real space oddity.
Ha! Who's botching the job now, Triton? You're going the wrong way! Are we going the right way?
That's actually right. Scientists think Triton's retrograde orbit indicates that Triton didn't form with Neptune. No, instead, it was captured by Neptune's gravity from the nearby Kuiper Belt billions of years ago.
Oh, so like Triton's kind of like a kidnapped moon. Dope.
Sure. Triton's orbit isn't just retrograde, it's dramatically tilted. Most of Neptune's moons circle neatly along the planet's equator, but not Triton. Triton's orbit is tilted at a wild 157-degree angle. That's another clue that it wasn't always Neptune's moon. Triton's surface is a frozen mixture of nitrogen, water, and methane ice. Even cooler, literally cooler, it constantly resurfaces itself with cryovolcanoes. Only a handful of places in our solar system, like Triton, Earth, Io, and a few icy moons, have any kind of volcanic activity at all.
Wait. Volcanoes? I thought you said it was cold.
Oh, it's cold. These aren't just regular volcanoes. These are ice volcanoes that erupt slushy mixtures instead of lava. And they can vent plumes of ice and vapor 8 kilometers into Triton's atmosphere.
Ice volcanoes. That sounds like a dope-ass D&D spell. Summon cryovolcanoes. I didn't actually do anything, though.
There's a lot we still don't know about Triton. We've only been there once, way back in 1989, when Voyager 2 did a flyby. It managed to take images of the surface from about 40,000 kilometers away. It didn't have a chance to map the entire moon, but it photographed 40% of its surface. Triton was the last object Voyager 2 checked out before heading into interstellar space.
Voyager took pics of Triton before humans even had smartphones. Couldn't even post it to Moonstagram. It's not really a real thing. That's what's called wordplay. So if there's cryolava, does that mean there's cryolava cakes? And is it cold and sweet at the center, or is it molten lava?
I suspect they're just cold. There's a lot of ice on Triton, but you're onto something with the liquid center. Scientists think that all that ice hides a metallic core, a thick layer of rock, and a water ocean under it. And that ocean could, theoretically, support life.
Ah, sort of like a frozen onion with a metal core.
Who knows what'll kill you on Triton, or what you'll find there.
Ah, the cryovolcanoes. That was the name of my first emo band, except we never formally had a name because they fired me before the first gig. Still stings, and I still can't play guitar. But I'm definitely finding cryovolcanoes. In 5 seconds, I've lasted longer on alien planets. I'm definitely lasting 5 seconds on some backwater moon. Rico, are we any closer to Titan?
Triton.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Calculating travel time. 4.9283 years.
5 years just to spend 5 seconds on some icy rock? The things I do for my subscribers.
Approaching Triton. Have you learned to play guitar yet?
Huh? Yeah. A lot of music theory. Hey gang, Chase here, finally on the outskirts of Triton where I'm gonna spend 5 seconds in heaven, but like without going to heaven, you know? Anyhow, I've been knuckling down, doing some investigative journalism, grinding, doing the work, and what I find out, Triton's even more fire than Peter made it sound. It's a moon killer, baby! Well, stick around for my epic Titan landing.
Triton.
That's literally what I said, Rico.
That's right. Neptune has a surprisingly small number of moons for a planet of its size. While Jupiter has almost 100 moons and Saturn has a whopping 274, Neptune only 16 moons. And Triton accounts for 99.7% of their total mass. When Triton was captured by Neptune's gravity, it came barreling in the wrong direction. Its backward orbit wreaked havoc on Neptune's original moons, causing violent collisions that pulverized many of them. Over time, Triton either smashed most of Neptune's other moons, or catastrophically warped their orbits and sent them shooting out of the solar system.
Like I said, moon killer! Triton ate other moons as lunch or kicked them to the curb. An even crazier fact is Triton and Pluto might be like space twinsies. Pluto has like basically the same vibe as Triton, right? Kind of like Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson, right? Are they best friend pals or are they brothers? You know, we may never know unless we can do a DNA test on dwarf planets. Can we? Rico, look into that.
You're probably thinking of NASA's New Horizons probe that flew by Pluto in 2015. It discovered that Pluto and Triton both have similar mass, density, temperature, diameter, and they both have active surfaces. Pluto has massive nitrogen ice formations, like Triton, including humongous nitrogen ice glaciers and maybe an internal water ice ocean. So it's entirely possible that they have similar origins.
Yeah, and the craziest thing is, Triton's got cantaloupes, huge, juicy melons everywhere.
Actually, it doesn't have cantaloupes. It has cantaloupe terrain, extensive fields of icy dips and ridges thousands of kilometers long. For the scientists who first studied Triton when the Voyager photos came in, it resembled cantaloupe skin, so cantaloupe terrain.
Disappointing. Disappointing, Peter. Well, gang, let's do it. 5 seconds on Triton. Rico, are we getting some turbulence here?
Affirmative. Mild turbulence stems from contact with the atmosphere.
What now?
Triton has a very thin atmosphere, 70,000 times thinner than Earth's. It's mostly nitrogen with trace methane and carbon monoxide. The majority of it is coming from those plumes over there, which are venting nitrogen from the cryovolcanoes.
Plumes. Now this is getting interesting.
The thing about a thin atmosphere, it's deadly. You can't breathe it, but it can boil you. On Triton, the pressure is so low that if you took off your helmet, your saliva, tears, and the moisture in your skin would start to boil, even though it's freezing. What am I doing out here? Then comes the explosive decompression. Your lungs rupture and you lose consciousness in less than 15 seconds. No oxygen, no air pressure, just instant death.
I'm sorry, did you just say explosive decompression?
And if that wasn't enough, Triton's average surface temperature is minus 235 degrees Celsius.
Don't like the sound of that.
That's just 38 degrees above absolute zero, the coldest possible temperature in the universe. Any exposed skin would freeze solid almost instantly.
From a million miles away and using 1989's tech, I could see how this would be cantaloupe-y, but from up here, up close and personal, it kind of looks like the world's saddest beach. Ugh. Let's go pluming. What's down that way?
That's the Leviathan Patera, a caldera formed by cryovolcanism.
The Leviathan Patera. Okay, that could have been my name for my doom metal band if they didn't fire me. Still stings, and I still don't know drums. Let's do my Cold 5 there.
Warning. Unstable surface. Collapse imminent. Landing unsafe. Rerouting.
No, don't reroute, Rico. Okay, just open the door. It's just 5 seconds. Rico, abort! Collapse imminent! Let it just take off! Reroute! Do whatever you were gonna do, smart robot man!
Rerouting.
Oh, that was close. Good scoop. Scoop. Get it? Right? Like, because it's cold, chase ice cream, and you kind of scoop me up.
Was that a joke?
Yeah.
Initiate laugh track.
Okay, forget it, Rico. Let's go pluming. Whoa! It's like a fire hydrant went to the dark side. Hey, Rico, is that ocean water shooting out?
Negative.
That's not ocean water, it's cryomagma, a mix of nitrogen and water blasting out from under the surface. It's exploding because sunlight heats up dark material below the ice, building pressure until boom.
Cryomagma? Ugh! So many band names, so few actual bands. So, not ocean water.
We don't know for sure if Triton has an ocean, but scientists think it might. Thanks to natural radiation, Triton's dense core of rock and metal could be warm enough to keep water melted beneath the ice.
And where there's an ocean, there is life. David Attenborough nailed it.
Yeah, if there's an ocean and it sits right on top of Triton's rocky core, that could allow the right chemicals to mix, like carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. It could be enough to support life. Now, what kind of life? No one knows. It could be tiny microbes, or if it started early and lasted billions of years, maybe something more complex.
So anywhere from amoebas to algae, seaweed to tritonic killer whales, or cantaloupes to shrimp. Shrimp, which are, fun fact, the cantaloupes of the ocean.
Cantaloupes are a fruit.
Well, yeah, that's like a saying. People say that. Whatever, you know what I mean. We could try drilling. I don't know how thick that ice is, and I really gotta get back to my 5 seconds so that I can get in here and start jamming. I gotta work on my improvisation skills. Also, what's a D flat? Look that up. Oh, Rico, set us down over there. Okay, Chaseheads, to put an ice cap on the recap, I've seen Neptune, flew through Triton's nitrogen clouds. I've seen cryovolcano plumes, okay? And now, I'm about to set foot on a real cryovolcano. Can you feel the heat? 'Cause I know I can. It's really cold out here. Man, it's freezing out here. Well, it's a volcano. I'll head to where the lava is spewing. It'll be hotter.
That's not venting lava. It's venting cryolava, full of frozen nitrogen. Also, this surface is full of fractures. Be careful where you step. And it's not just the fractures you have to watch out for. Triton's gravity is weak, 8% of Earth's. If you miscalculate a jump or lose your footing, you could drift or tumble into an ice chasm with no way to stop or stabilize yourself.
I got spiky boots. I'll be okay. Rico, start the clock. Woo! 5 seconds on Triton! I made it! Woo! Well, guys, that was so easy. I gotta give you something bigger to rest your plumes on. Also, if I hustle, I could be the first dude ever to summit a cryovolcano. So, yeah. Stay tuned, and I'll see you at the top.
Warning, this area is becoming unstable.
Rico, forget about it, man. I gotta summit this monstro. Let's do this.
Warning, local fracture is expanding.
I actually summoned a cryovolcano. I'm awesome. Suck it, Peter.
Well, you really did summon a cryovolcano on Triton, a fascinating moon in our solar system. It moves in its own direction, might be cousins with Pluto, and could host life. And if we ever get there again, we'll go looking for it. Chase dies a lot. But today, he's dying the most. Chase will be dying on every exoplanet, and though we couldn't include every single one because the universe is pretty big, we made sure to include the most gruesome. Starting with Kepler 22b.
I'm not going.
Kepler 22b is a super Earth. It's 2.1 times the radius and 9 times the mass of our planet. It orbits in the habitable zone of its star, so it has all the necessary conditions to host life. But just like any other planet, it also has a ton of ways to kill you.
Oh, great.
No one has ever been to Kepler-22b to confirm, but this planet could have an oxygen-rich atmosphere.
Oxygen? You're gonna try and kill me with oxygen? Yeah, good luck with that. I breathe that stuff basically all of the time.
Well, too much of that could be fatal.
Oxygen? Seriously, oxygen can kill me. Watch this.
Detecting 32.8% of oxygen. Poisoning imminent.
See? It's fine. I've got...
It's not fine. It's hyperoxia.
This feels like a big round fishbowl.
Kepler-22b is big. It's more than twice the size of Earth. It's likely that the pressure on this exoplanet is also a lot higher. And when you mix an oxygen-rich atmosphere and a high-pressure environment, you get a collapse of your entire cardiovascular system within minutes. At first, your face and hands would start to twitch. You'd feel nauseous. You'd still feel this oxygen euphoria, but at this point, you'd also be experiencing tunnel vision. Soon, you start coughing your lungs out. After 10 minutes, you wouldn't be able to stand. Your body would start shaking and your coordination would become, well, uncoordinated. You won't be fighting this long. Inside your body, your lungs are about to collapse. That's just one of the atmospheric gases that could kill you. If Kepler-22b has too much carbon dioxide in its atmosphere, you'd be gone even sooner.
Rocks, okay. Yeah, no, I will not be opening my helmet again, okay? Last time was an accident, and I'm not stupid enough to press this button again.
Warning, critical carbon dioxide levels detected.
Why isn't this button closing?
Unlike breathing in a lot of oxygen, inhaling a lot of carbon dioxide would not make you feel happy. It would give you instant hypercarnia. That's when you have too much carbon dioxide in your bloodstream. You'd only have 10 minutes left to live. You'd start breathing faster, and your heart rate would go through the roof. The pressure would build in your brain, and that would make your vision blurry. Well, you could lose it completely. Then there's nausea, seizures, and finally, total cardiovascular collapse.
What? No. I feel fine. Like, really good. Look. I just, I can't see or feel stuff, and I feel really sick.
And these are just two known atmospheric gases. Now imagine all the alien compounds we don't know. Kepler-22b's atmosphere could have an acid gas that burns you from the inside, or an acid gas that burns you from the outside, or an acid gas that...
No. Let's stop speculating on different acid gases.
Well, speculating is kind of our whole thing, but sure, let's go with something we know. Kepler-22b's thick atmosphere could create unbelievably intense storms. Plus, this planet could have sulfur dioxide or nitrogen oxides in the atmosphere. These chemicals would mix with water and become acid rain.
Oh, God, seriously, what's wrong with you? What's up with you and acid, man? Is this like a kink of yours?
Sorry, Chase, we're just on the acid part of the video right now. Okay, so if a super-Earth planet like Kepler-22b had this thick, high-pressure atmosphere, it means it would also have extreme storms. In storms this intense, you can easily expect to see frequent strikes of gigavolt lightning. And as everyone knows, it's best not to stand near tall objects during lightning. If you can believe it, Kepler 22b is the most potentially habitable of all the exoplanets in this video. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It only gets worse from here. TRAPPIST-1d is one of 7 Earth-sized exoplanets packed tightly together in a star system 40 light years away from us. The distance between some of these alien worlds is even smaller than the distance between Earth and our moon. All these planets orbit a cool red dwarf star, TRAPPIST-1, and at least 3 of them are in their star's habitable zone. It's cool because TRAPPIST-1d could have liquid water on its surface, and you'd also see the other TRAPPIST planets from down there.
Yeah, he's right. Check it out. There's TRAPPIST-1c and b. Yo! Anyone over there? What's the move tonight? We getting crunk?
Yeah, because TRAPPIST planets are so crammed together, asteroid impacts on these worlds are more frequent and unpredictable. An asteroid that gets ripped apart by one planet's gravity might rain down on TRAPPIST-1d as a meteor shower. And that could be deadly. But that's not the only deadly thing about this system. All the TRAPPIST exoplanets orbit their star very quickly. TRAPPIST-1d orbits once every 4 days. Orbiting that quickly and that close to their star creates insane weather patterns. Because of its proximity, TRAPPIST-1d receives direct and violent gusts of stellar wind. That's not a real wind you can feel. It's a rush of charged particles that hit the planet so quickly and powerfully that they strip away the atmosphere. During stellar wind, TRAPPIST-1d's atmosphere heats up and expands, and it bakes the planet in the process. When the wind dies down, the atmosphere shrinks and causes sudden drops in pressure. This cycle creates strong winds and rapid temperature changes down on the planet.
That does not sound good.
Plus, TRAPPIST-1d is tidally locked with its star, and that adds to the wild pressure and temperature differences.
Okay, so I'm on the day side right now, and it's already pretty toasty over here. Rico, can we get a temperature reading around here?
Current temperature, 35 degrees, 38 degrees, 48
Why
degrees,
is it going up so fast?
55 degrees, 73 degrees.
Oh, God. Oh, man. There must have been a stellar wind or something. I'm so cooked.
TRAPPIST-1d is pretty epic. I like that meteor shower, that looked beautiful. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 for the visuals. Kepler 186f is the most Earth-like exoplanet we've found within the habitable zone of its star. It's 10% larger than Earth and around 40% more massive. This planet could be a true Earth replica outside our solar system.
Wait. No warheads? No missiles? No Brussels sprouts? This is better than Earth.
Temperature reading, 23 degrees Celsius.
Balmy. I like it. It makes me want to frolic. Oh, man. Now this is ripe for skipping. Rico, analyze the oxygen levels. I want to take my helmet off.
Atmospheric oxygen at 24%.
Oh, awesome. Perfect. I'm sure it's fine to take it off. Look at this place. There's life everywhere.
Plant life on an alien planet doesn't mean that the planet is habitable for you. Life here may have evolved differently.
Whatever, Peter. Sometimes you just have to take a little risk and let your innie chase G out. Seems okay. Everyone, I think this is a winner.
It's one thing to breathe in alien air, but breathe in potentially deadly alien plant spores? Yeah, that could happen. On alien worlds, anything could happen. Hey, just for the record, I'd take more risks too if I knew I could come back to life after I died. All right, let's continue.
Okay, yes, I happened to take my helmet off in the field of a bunch of toxic spores. Ugh, sue me. Space evolution is crazy. The plants here are not okay. This guy is staying on. Huh. Rico, what's this rain made of?
Current rainfall composed of 100% sulfuric acid.
Acid rain again?
Some moons and planets are known to have regular rainfall of chemicals other than water. For example, Saturn's moon Titan is so cold that it rains methane there. Kepler 186f isn't cold enough for that, but the rain of any planet will always react with the gases in the atmosphere. If this planet has enough volcanic activity and sulfur dioxide produced from natural decay, that rain could be pretty concentrated.
Are we done with this exoplanet, Peter? I want to get out of this rain.
Sure, we can be done.
I'm gonna try sprinting back to the ship.
Stupid rain!
Looks like we weren't quite done. The sulfuric acid burned straight through him. Ugh, that looked like a chemistry class. Or an alien movie. Not sure. I'd give this planet 4 out of 10. Would not recommend. This is Proxima Centauri b. Its constant exposure to radiation makes it the Hulk of exoplanets. This planet orbits Proxima Centauri, a red dwarf star that's only 1/8 of our sun's mass, but capable of releasing solar flares 100 times more powerful.
Man, talk about a Napoleon complex. Proxima Centauri, it's compensating for something. For sure, Z's.
Right. Well, in 2019, scientists recorded one of the largest solar flares we've ever seen. Proxima Centauri burst into a violent mega flare and became 14,000 times brighter for the whole of 7 seconds. These radiation spewing events aren't just a once-in-a-century type of thing. Proxima Centauri has solar flares erupting every day. 1 second on that planet and your body's poisoned. And Chase has already been there for a minute.
Well, Peter, it's a good thing then that my suit is insulated against radiation. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, not against the amount of radiation coming from Proxima Centauri.
Aww.
Body radiation levels at 51 sieverts.
A sievert is a measure of radiation exposure in your body, and 51 sieverts means lethal.
Ah, well, it's funny you say that, Peter, because I do not feel good. Oh, God.
Right now, Chase's genetic code is actively being mutated, causing slow and total organ failure. Over the next few hours, Chase's bone marrow will stop producing blood cells, his GI tract will shut down, and failure in the circulatory system will cause fluid to build up in the brain. It's anyone's guess which killed him first. Proxima Centauri b is one of the most all-round lethal exoplanets. Even if you could withstand those radiation levels, it'd be difficult to manage the extreme weather patterns. This exoplanet is tidally locked with its star Proxima Centauri, meaning one side is constantly heated by the star while the other is permanently cold. On the day side, the air is heated and rises, and then cooler air from the night side rushes in, causing constant winds up to 75 kilometers per hour. That might not be powerful enough to knock you over, but any object moving at that speed would put a hefty dent in any spacesuit. Even a rock as small as, well, that one. And with Proxima b's thin atmosphere, well, yeah, well, watch out for the winds and rocks. Proxima Centauri b gets a 5 out of 10. Moving on. Next on the list, Kepler 452b. 60% larger than Earth and 1.5 billion years older, Kepler 452b is like the wiser version of Earth.
Look at that. Another Kepler planet I get to die on. Great.
Come on, Chase, we just got here.
Yeah, but, look at that. It's looking at me funny. This is how I die on this one.
Well, that just looks like a plant that has evolved to withstand Kepler 452b's higher gravity and intense sunlight exposure. If the conditions are more intense, life has to be more resilient.
Yeah, fine, I get it, but like, this thing is a bit much. I mean, what even is it?
Ooh, even I didn't see that coming. Okay, should we move on? All right, moving on. You know how Earth has tectonic plates and they move around? Well, the same thing could happen on Kepler 452b.
What am I supposed to do? Is it like hide under a desk or a door frame? I don't see any desks or door frames on Kepler 452b. It has, plenty of carnivorous plants, but no desks to hide under in case of a Kepler quake.
That's it. That's it. I'm done.
Suffocating again? Can you check the script? We need more variety here. This is pretty dull.
Peter, just before this one, he was like eaten by giant alien plant. Like, what does he want?
Right. No, you're right. Okay, well, that's a 7 out of 10 for me then. It just would be nice if we had more action sequences. 55 Cancri E is an actual hellscape of a planet.
Oh, great. So awesome. I love it, actually, when you describe planets as hellscapes. Rico, whatever, let's just get this over with. Take us down.
Like most rocky exoplanets that orbit close to their stars, 55 Cancri E is tidally locked and Yes, it's about 2.2 million kilometers away from its star. It may sound like a lot in Earth terms, but in space terms, that is really, really close. The surface temperature on the day side of the planet is over 2,400 degrees Celsius. That means the ground here isn't even rock, it's molten lava, which Chase is about to find out.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
Negative.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there now?
Landing complete.
Finally.
Atmosphere reading 79.32% silicon oxide, 18.83% carbon compounds.
55 Cancri E has a unique chemical composition. Carbon is a huge component of its rocky material, which means a third of the planet's mass is actually pure diamond.
Okay, why didn't you mention this earlier? Oh my god, I'm gonna be rich, baby! Say it with me, folks. Hashtag see you later, Burger Debt. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, this gives a whole new meaning to the floor is lava. Okay. This is gonna be slow and painful. Great. Rico, play me out to some jazz.
When I said hellscape, yeah, I really meant it. Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system, and it's only 464 degrees Celsius. This is 5 times hotter than that. I'll give this planet a 7 out of 10. This dark and rocky planet is as inhospitable as it looks. LHS 3844b, wow, that's a mouthful, is tidally locked and is in close orbit with its star. Its day side is always around 765 degrees Celsius, and its night side is hundreds of degrees below freezing. With absolutely zero atmosphere, there's no way for heat to transfer to the other side of the planet. LHS 3844b is completely exposed to the dangers of space.
Yeah, well, it's a lot like me in that way. Exposed to the dangers of space. So that's it? That little thing right there? What is that, like an M dwarf? I mean, like, it's giving M dwarf, but man, there's hardly any mass on that thing. Girl, eat something! Yikes. She did not like that.
That solar flare just showered this entire planet in a lethal dose of radiation. Sorry, Chase. It's gonna happen again.
The radiation? Again? But that's how we started the video, Peter!
Yeah, you know the drill. Total collapse of every system in the body. Oh, it looks like this time you're losing your hair too. You managed to avoid that last time. And this time, The radiation blast got Rico, too.
Tell me the radiation stuff is over.
Only time will tell.
Oh, God. This is even slower and more painful than dying in lava. And there's no jazz!
The real moral of the story here is that space is extremely radioactive. LHS 3844b is not a planet I'd put on your space travel itinerary. 1 out of 10. Well, that's a wrap for some of the most gruesome exoplanets out there, but we're only scratching the surface. Scientists have found and confirmed over 5,000 alien worlds, and each one of them will kill you, most likely. Where should we send Chase next? Well, there are some deadly worlds to explore in our own solar system, like Saturn. But that's a story for another What If.
Oh, God.
Ah, Mars, the red planet, and our potential new home. Well, Mars isn't